What's going on, guys? My name's Sam Wiki. This is Going Nuclear, and today I have a really sweet gameplay to share with you guys. This is a 0-point create a class setup nuclear gameplay on carrier playing some multi-team hardpoint. As you can see, I have the nuclear countdown at the bottom, and instead of the normal class setup that I have on the right hand side, for this video I decided to add in the overhead map view because, I don't have anything on my class, so that didn't really make much sense to add that in. Hopefully you guys like the overhead map and it doesn't take away from the gameplay because, the gameplay is pretty awesome. So as you guys saw at the start of the game, I started with nothing on my class, but just had the combat knife out, because by default you have a combat knife out if you don't have any guns attached. So I had to run and get a kill with that combat knife before picking up the SVU. Fortunately, I ended up scavenging a couple different AN-94s and an M27 throughout the gameplay, which really helped. It would have been really hard to get this with just the SVU and nothing else in my class. There's a couple parts that I sped up just to make this video a bit more entertaining. It's pretty hard to go up against opponents without any kind of perks, especially toughness, so I had to do a lot of flanking and kind of outmaneuvering, being a sneaky ninja to get a bunch of kills. So sometimes there was a couple different gaps that weren't very action-packed. It was just me kind of running around trying to get the flank and trying not to go head-on-head against any enemies, because like I said, without toughness it is extremely hard to win those 50-50 gunfights. Surprisingly, the enemies did not back out like they usually do when I play multi-team, especially multi-team hardpoint. That's probably because we weren't totally dominating the hardpoint like normal. In fact, we were actually losing a lot of the game, but I'll show you guys after this nuclear streak. We did end up winning the game. I think if you don't win the game, then it's whatever you do in the gameplay doesn't really matter. So I could get a triple nuclear, but if we lose the gameplay, it's like, well, okay, you got a triple nuclear, but you weren't even playing the objective. I feel very strong about, you got to win the game for the gameplay to, really count. But anyways, in this gameplay, I'm rocking the standard UAV, counter UAV, and the VSAT setup. And having those VSATs up allowed me to kind of control the engagement and actually be a lot more aggressive. And I ended up kind of spawn trapping one of the teams for a little bit here in the gameplay. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the enemies were not that great by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, one team had the split screeners on them, and they were really bad, which you're going to run into a lot playing multi-team, which is one of the reasons why multi-team is so good, is because of all the split screeners. And sometimes you can get just these perfect lobbies. And here in the gameplay, I actually start spawn trapping this team. I think it's just one team that keeps spawning over here, and I managed to get a bunch of kills on them pretty fast before the kind of spawns switch over. Actually, I think I run away to get a nice little safe reload and call my VSAT. So at this point in the gameplay, I am only 12 kills away from the nuclear, and I do have a VSAT to call in. I managed to pick up a few kills here with this VSAT, and then the VSAT goes away, and there's a short period where I'm still close to getting a different VSAT, another VSAT. I think it's my third VSAT. And then, I'm a couple kills off of that, and that was some pretty scary moments because I was only probably 6 or 7 kills off a nuclear. And then once I did pick up that third VSAT and it was only a few kills off the nuclear, I felt pretty confident. And then I actually got the nuclear. I think there was about maybe 4.5 minutes left in the gameplay after that first nuclear. So I was like, oh, I actually went on a 33 gun streak, and then I died. And I was like, well, there's still 4 minutes left in this game. Let's go for the double nuclear. That'd be pretty awesome. I couldn't get it, unfortunately, because I was playing the objective a bit more aggressively and trying to really stay in the hard points and hold the points down for my teammates so they could keep streaking and hopefully get nuclears themselves. I'm not sure. I don't think they did. But we did have to come back a bit and get the victory. I do have the next episode of Going Nuclear already done. I have the gameplay done, and that is going to be a Going Nuclear without aiming down sights. It's actually my first ever shotgun nuclear as well. So I do have that accomplished, and then a lot of you guys have been asking for a knife-only nuclear, so I might be trying to do that here in the future. But if you have any other ideas, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below, and I'll try to bring you guys some more sweet kind of challenge type of nuclear gameplays. Now before this gameplay wraps up, I gotta give a shout out to my two teammates in this gameplay, Stars and Pro X Elite Mist. And then I also have to give a shout out to I'm Streaking, who was previously playing with me throughout the night, and I got several 25+ gameplays with him earlier, playing some multi-team before he had to go. Speaking of which, I think multi-team is by far the best way to get a nuclear medal in Black Ops 2, and I actually started a new series called Nuclears for Noobs where I cover the easiest and best ways of getting nuclears in Black Ops 2, and that was actually episode number 1, so I'll have a link in the description to that if you want to check it out. On top of that, I will put a link in the description to the entire Going Nuclear playlist, lots of tips and tricks in there, as well as challenge type of gameplays and live commentaries. But this gameplay is just about over. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, be sure to blow up that like button and check out my channel in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Roll out.